A huge Deadlock patch is finally upon us, and I'm going to be going through the notes with you guys and showing in-game changes as we go along. This video is going to be unscripted, so if I mess up or sound stupid, it's because I'm excited, so deal with it. Alright, first off, shop redesign. We're getting a full shop rework, including many new items. I think a lot of us saw the leaks. Alright, so starting off, the main point of this update seems to be a shop redesign. I'll be showing that in game in just 1 second after we read these. It's a full shop rework, including many new items, some of which we already kind of saw get leaked earlier or yesterday, I think. Item slots are now all universal rather than tree specific. So no more weapon items, no more vitality items, no more spirit items, for slots at least. You can kind of just fill up your slots with whatever you want. This could open up a lot of new builds, could also potentially hurt some characters. We're not really sure yet. We'll have to see in probably like a week how some characters end up. Total slot count reduced from 16 to 12. So this is kind of huge. I always kind of felt like there was a lot of items you could buy in Deadlock, to the point where every character could do a lot of damage, be super tanky, and just their abilities would hit like a truck. So we'll have to see how that changes the game. These are major changes, honestly. Item costs are now discounted when you own the component. So I guess what this means is instead of items like Leech being $72.50, they're probably now just one amounts, no matter what. So say if Leech now costs 6,000, I'm just saying numbers. Leech costs 6,000. You buy Healbane, which is $12.50. That $12.50 deducts from Leech rather than just adding onto it, I guess. New artwork for all item icons. That is super exciting. I've been waiting for the game to have more design updates versus just balancing. Personally, I think balancing is cool and all, but I just really want to see the game just get closer to finish. I honestly think Deadlock is going to have a super nice visual aesthetic, I guess would be the word. So I'm really excited to look at these with you guys. Reworked how tier bonuses work in the shop. So this is things like when you would buy vitality items. This is kind of the reason why green items were so good, was because they would give you base health percentage. So for example, I think like the tier 2 items were like 11% or like 16% or something like that. I think the tier 4 green items would give you 20% extra bonus health, which was pretty insane. Anyway, they are no longer based on each item you buy, but instead based on your total spend in a tree. Bonuses are not linear. Maxing out one tree fully isn't optimal bonus-wise. So listen, I'm not a numbers guy. I don't know what any of that means. But I'm guessing this basically just means now, instead of just buying sprint boots back then and you would get 11% bonus health, now it's based on how much money you're actually putting into that tree. So if you spend 7,000 souls into the vitality tree, that unlocks, let's say, 20% bonus health. Who knows? I'm just saying stuff. I'm just speculating. We'll go into it in a second. Various items have been changed. This is kind of just... I mean, this is going to confuse a lot of people, but it'll take some getting used to. I'm fine with it. I don't care. Some of the names are kind of eh. Again, it's all to fit a theme, and I'm totally fine with that. I'm really excited to see what this game turns out to be like. Items now glow when there's an upgrade you can buy. That's probably pretty helpful for new players, and just in general, just being able to find out like, okay, this item goes into this item. So that's nice. That's probably like a quality of life change. All right, we are now in the game. Let's go through the shop rework since that's all we've read so far. You can kind of already see, I think this is new. Isn't it Tesla bolts? That's new. And like basic magazine, these are probably the new icons. All right, ready? So I saw this leak already, and I'm sure a lot of us already did. Listen, I'm not a part of the private test server, blah, 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 blah. I'm not a part of that. I'm honest. So anyway, this is the new shop. This is so much cooler than what we were getting before, which was just like what, gray background, and then like the green items, purple, 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 purple. All the designs were kind of bland and flat. This is really cool. I hope you guys can hear that. There's sounds to the game now. There's sounds for each little thing you click. That is insane. Looks like it even updated builds. This is going to need to be updated. Listen, if you follow my Viper guide, listen, I will update this ASAP. Okay, relax. All right, so here's the weapon. All right, so here's the weapon tree, I guess, is what we're calling it now. It seems like the prices of things have changed. 800 used to be 500, 1600 used to be 1250. This used to be 3,000 and then 6,000. I'm not sure how that's going to play out, but I guess we'll see. It looks like a lot of the items also changed their stats, which honestly I've kind of been hoping for, because I felt like a lot of the items were kind of just bloated. For example, rapid rounds used to give sprint speed, which was kind of random. Also, like close quarters, I think used to give more than just this, but maybe I'm wrong. And my point is, a lot of the items seem to be more suited towards one thing, which I prefer over just buying items because, oh, this item has 10 different stats that it gives you. We won't go through all the items, but I will at least like hover over them so you guys can kind of just see them. We'll just do that really quick. Honestly, it looks really cool. A lot of the items that still there's new items, renamed items, and I think some of the items just stay the same, right? Like active reload for the most part seems the same, just different numbered stats. Backstabber. Attacking enemies from behind with your weapon or melee opens a wound, dealing spirit damage over time and reducing their bullet resist. During this time, if you or any allies are near the target, we'll see them through walls and be given bonus move speed. This is a new item. This could be potentially insane. I don't know who would use this though. Probably Hayes would benefit from this. She's the only character with stealth right now. I don't know how many other people would. This reduces your footstep sound, so that's a brand new stat in the game. You can see a lot of the items also got new icons. Honestly, I'm not sure if I'm gonna go through all the items and show you guys what they do, because I'm sure you guys rather just do this in game, but we'll just quickly look through all of them. Mystic Shot is basically the same. That's cool. Oh, this is new. When you press Alt before, it wouldn't give you the exact number that certain items scaled, but now you know. It looks like Mystic Shot actually got nerfed, which I'm pretty sure the whole game got rebalanced, but Mystic Shot used to be like a 0.8 or 0.9, I want to say, boost, but now it seems to be 0.7. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Who cares? Something I'm noticing too is it seems like a lot of the items now upgrade into each other, which coming from League, I actually prefer this. You can see like Rapid Rounds goes into Swift Striker, which goes into Burst Fire, and then like High Velocity Rounds goes from High Velocity Rounds to Express Shot, which seems to be a new item. After not attacking for 4 seconds, your next attack will fire twice in quick succession with increased damage and velocity. This attack consumes extra ammo. Okay, so this is a brand new item that sounds like it could be really fun to mess with. We'll have to see. And then this upgrades into... Oh, wait, no. Wait a minute. Hold on. Oh, I just learned something. So these don't upgrade into different things. Rapid Rounds is upgrading into either Burst Fire or Swift Striker. So I wonder if that means you can buy... I guess you buy the item again. That's interesting. That's a kind of a new concept to the game. Anyway, again, I'm not going to go through all of them. It's so many items. Just go play the game. Promise. It's worth it. Look at the greens now. Just, again, a bunch of new icons. It's... Sprint Boots got out of combat regen. Again, a lot of the... I'm pretty sure the whole item shop got reworked in terms of stats, balancing... Even the characters, I think, got balanced around the items. So this is probably one of the biggest updates to the game. Here's the Spirit Tree. Most of the stuff looks the same. I'm actually curious. I want to know this. Mystic Burst changes into Tank Buster. Is Tank Buster basically just improved burst now? Charges up over time with bonus spirit damage. Causing abilities dealing more than 165 damage to deal additional damage. Charges up over time. Huh. Interesting. Cool. Okay, let's move on. Again, if you wanted to see more of this, dude, just load up the game. Please, get those player numbers up. Next is build authoring. So the build browser is pretty cool part of Deadlock. I heard Dota has it too, but I've never really played a game that has a build browser like this in-game. So the build browser has been reworked and is now its own full screen UI. I think that means when you go here and you want to look at the build browser, it opens up this, which I'm imagining this isn't done either, because I mean, this kind of looks like the old UI, just kind of like a color and then like another color. The icons look cool though. It seems like it tells you what items, it tells you what items are in the builds, which is interesting. I think they also added, you can see I already did it. They added categories or like icons, I guess. No, tags. So you can tag if it's like a weapon build, vitality build, if it's for new players. Pretty cool. Very nice. Again, I don't think this is done, but still very, 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 very cool to see. Really cool to be able to see what is in the build so you can kind of get an idea before actually opening it. Not that it really matters, but Very cool. This is something I've been wanting for a while. Added a create build button when hovering over a player in post game. This will create a local unpublished build based on the items the player purchased in that match, including imbue targets and the order in which items were sold. I've been saying that if you ever wanted to like copy a person's build or something, or like tweak someone's build in game after playing with them, this would be so useful. And finally it got added. That's so cool. Added a new feature, build tags. This is what I was talking about, being able to say this is a new player build, intermediate player build, if this is a weapon build, blah, blah, blah. There's a ton of tags. Very cool. Very good for just new players in general, just knowing. It makes searching through the builds a lot easier. One thing I haven't seen yet in here is like, they should show ranks. They should show ranks when you look through builds. I think that'd be really nice. This is pretty cool. Added the ability to specify a sell priority value for items in a build. When using quick buy, if you're out of slots and you own an item with a sell priority, that item will automatically be sold to make room for your next patchers. What did I just say? Added the ability to specify a sell priority value 1 to 100 for items in a build. When using quick buy, if you are out of slots and you own an item with a sell priority, that item will automatically be sold to make room for your next purchase. This is cool because a lot of people don't know what to sell when they're following a build. So this just makes it so much easier for the author of the build to just kind of just tell you. The rest seems to just be kind of like quality of life stuff. Very nice. We'll move on. Seems like we got some quick buy redesign stuff. I'm not going to lie. I don't use this feature because I find it kind of... Personally, I don't think you should be using the quick buy too much for like whole categories because you should be building accordingly. But, you know, for new players or players who don't want to care that much, this is definitely nice stuff. This is exciting. Base and map updates. New base design. I've gone in and I cannot wait to show you guys. It looks so nice. It's definitely not done yet, you know, but we're getting there. It's really nice. Amber site early development pass at industrial exterior. Don't know what that means. Same thing for Sapphire. Who knows what that means? Interior shape change to round. Oops. Interior shape change to round with a high dome ceiling. It looks awesome. I can't wait for it to be done. Added patron throne that moves down into the ground to form the final patron area. Not sure what this looks like yet. We'll see. Seems like the shrines got moved back closer to the player spawn area and pushed into alcoves. We'll look at that too. They added juke closets in between base entrances on the interior side. Could be interesting. Not sure how that'll play out. So again, we got a bunch of map changes, kind of just updates, little tweaks here and there. I'm not going to read all of it because I'd rather just go in game and show you guys what I notice. All right, so we are on the map, new map. I don't even know what to call it. You can already kind of see like this is way different. It's definitely not done. You can kind of tell it's very, some of this stuff is very default texture. Looks like the reload got changed. But look, we're like in some dome now. Who knows what the lore is there? A lot of the textures, again, don't seem done yet, but this is just cool seeing the progress of the game. The patron has a new area. I guess this is what it means. This is the new base, I guess. So instead of it being like a pit before, in order to, once you down the patron, I guess does it spawn here? I don't know. I don't know if I'm able to show you guys just because I'm alone, but that is sick. The shrine seems to be, like it said, in alcoves now. This probably means that it's easier to defend for whoever's getting their base attacked versus it being, because it used to just be like in the open, just easy to attack. You also used to be able to just walk out of it really easily. The fact that you kind of have to commit to it now is a lot better. Also, I don't know what that is, but look, it's just different. Cool. I like this a lot. I think this is really cool. It's going to be exciting to see how this is when it's done. Oh, what is this? Wow. I mean, it's not a new map, but we basically got a new map.
The spirit urn is waiting
that
to
felt
be
weird.
Claimed.
So they got rid of the little side room that used to be here, and it's this is way better than what it used to be. One of my complaints with the old base design was that it felt very weak, as in the team defending their base, it felt like they were always disadvantaged. Now, this feels like the defending team might have a bit more leeway because the attacking team has to commit a little bit more. So that's really nice. You can also see just walking out of the base now. I mean, look at the Look at the map. I mean, I don't even... What? This was all just like gray... I mean, this was all just like gray wall with like no texture. There weren't as many billboards, not as much text. This gives the game so much more life, I would say. This is really nice. This area
is waiting to be claimed.
I mean, this is just really nice. Yeah, I mean, you can see a bunch of stuff just has texture on it. It feels like you're like in an actual, like a city now. A lot of this is still incomplete. I mean, there's no way it stays just like gray walls, right? The boxes got changed. Seems like now they're Fairfax Company. Listen, I'm not a lore guy. I don't know what any of that is, but very cool. The walkers seem to have been updated. They look a little... I think we saw leaks of this. Or at least these were in the files. I'm not sure. Also, this area looks like it got changed. Very cool. So mid lane, for the most part, looks the same. Besides, obviously, the visuals. This is new, though. So this is just a new angle you can shoot from on at least this side of the map. What is this, blue? Sapphire? No, I'm amber. Very, very, very nice. Let's head over to the side lanes. See how these changed. Oh, this is new. Wait, this is way higher now. Right? Or am I crazy? Maybe not. I think it just looks like that. The little side bridge buffs. Looks like they got redesigned. Very cool. Cool. I think I saw in the patch notes this like spike field area. Some of it got removed. I think you can go up there now. Wait, hold on. You see that? Hold on. We need to turn on fast stamina.
The spirit urn is waiting to be claimed.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I think you can go up here now or something like that. Or is it over here?
Gotta be careful out here.
No. What? Okay, I think I'm just a maniac. I don't know. Oh, wait, no, it was this. It was this area. My bad. It was this area. I don't know. Listen, I don't know what all of this is just new to me. It feels like a brand new map now. You can see that the buffs show on the mini-map now. If you look at the mini-map right now, you can tell that that's a movement buff, and then it goes into a survival buff. On the left, you can tell it's a gun buff. That could actually change a lot in terms of like how people prioritize them. The bridges got some texture to them. Cool, very cool. The Sinners machines look new, unless I'm just crazy. Looks like the church got updated. Oh, wow, this is really nice. Yeah, you can still tell there's some things that they probably are working on, but just getting updates like this is so nice to just see the vision of the game and what it'll turn out to be. Very, very, very crazy. You can see the side lanes. You can see the side lane entrances for the attacking team got updated. This, again, like I said, this just feels so much more defendable for the defending team. Very, very nice changes. Anyway, listen, there's a lot of things that got changed. I'm not going to go through every single little detail just because there's so much. And honestly, it's probably more exciting for you guys to just go in the game and just look for yourselves. But very, very, very cool. You can see the urn dropping. Very, very cool. Very excited to play this. All right, back to the patch notes. The soul orb mechanics got changed a little bit. So I think I saw in the items they got rid of ammo scavenger, but it seems like it's just now a part of the game, which honestly I don't mind. I think that's actually pretty nice. All right, this is some cool stuff. Movement. Air acceleration has been increased to improve wall jump controls, but only while moving at lower speeds. So I imagine this means when it says but only while moving at lower speeds, I imagine it mentions that because if you take the zip lines and you crouch off of them, you keep your momentum and you can wall jump off of them to like maneuver around the map. I imagine that's why it's saying that, because maybe the air acceleration increase is not affecting that aspect, which probably is a good thing. You would get around the map way too fast. Wall jump launch has been simplified. There is now just one launch direction, but in combination with increased air acceleration, the same variety of moves is still possible. Okay, interesting. We'll look at that in a second. This is interesting. Changes to wall jump behavior have reduced the effectiveness of corner boosting a bit. We'll have to look at that. If you don't know what corner boosting is, it's when you climb those really thin signs that are like in the mid lane and some other spots of the map, in the side lanes, for example. And as soon as your back touches the wall, you jump and you get like a huge boost. That's corner boosting. I'll show you in game though, don't worry, and we'll kind of see what it looks like. While wall sliding, terminal velocity is in effect for vertical speeds only at 600 units a second. Gravity is canceled out. Again, listen, I don't know what that means, but mantle glide. So I heard about this. Someone told me before I read the patch notes. This is interesting. I'm going to have to try this. In Apex, there was a thing called super gliding where you would mantle an object, press a bunch of buttons, and then you would get a speed boost. This kind of seems like that's the same thing. Mantle glide. Holding crouch or crouch toggle while exiting a mantle creates a small speed boost, allowing you to slide out of mantles. That sounds very nice. All right, we're back in the game. Let's see what they did with the air jumps. So basically, I said the air acceleration change. As in... Oh, yeah. There's more air strafing, it seems. Oops, why am I not wall jumping? Wait. Am I grabbing the wall? Wait. Seems like you can basically just... Yeah, you can air strafe way more off of a normal wall jump, I guess. I don't know. I feel like something's wrong with the wall jump. Why am I... Huh. Do you have to press an input again? No. I don't know. Maybe I'm just stupid. Very cool. Very interesting. I don't know what this is really going to mean for movement, but very cool. For anyone who doesn't know what I was talking about with the zipline crouching thing, basically you could do this, and then you could crouch off of it, and then wall jump. Yeah, it seems like you don't get as much air strafe momentum, which probably is a good thing. Hold on. Why am I messing up? Okay, hold on. I just messed up like 10 times. Yeah, it seems like you don't get the same kind of air acceleration when you do that, which is, again, probably a good thing. Yeah, that's a good thing. Okay, I want to see what that mantle glide was about. I need to find a good spot. I think up here would be good. So, or maybe, yeah, right here. So it says... So it says to hold your crouch or toggle crouch, get exiting a mantle. So... Oh! Wait, this is actually an insane mechanic for Viper. It also seems really easy to do. I mean, you just literally you can just kind of start holding it as soon as you... Yeah, I'm just holding it like after I jump, honestly. Let me see. Right here, right, ready? I'm jumping, holding crouch. And yep, that actually is a huge change in Viper gameplay. That's crazy. All right, I wanted to look at the corner boosting a little bit. I wanted to see exactly what they changed. I did read that they changed the zipline speed, and you can kind of tell. I don't know how that'll play out, but who cares about zipline boosting? Okay, ready? Corner boost. Oh wow, that is nerfed. You used to, I think, you used to go way higher. I think, right? What did it say? Changes to wall jump behavior have reduced the effectiveness. Oh yeah, I guess it was a nerf. I forgot what it said. Reduce the effectiveness. It used to go way higher. So that could be a nerf to some characters. I'm not gonna lie, I don't care. Corner boosting has been controversial to a lot of people because kind of just it's very easy to do, and you get a lot of height from it. A lot of people used it to like escape and stuff. And again, you just went really high. Like this is still decently high. I'm sure there's some spots you could probably do it. I'm sure there's some spots you could probably like pull off some crazy bits of movement. But again, you used to be able to jump off of this. You used to be able to jump off of this, sorry, and get up here really effectively. I don't even think you had to jump before. Looks like you can still do it, but I don't think you have to jump before. Maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, let's move on. Some miscellaneous gameplay changes. Changing the third flex slot on lock from killing all walkers to killing 2 walkers. That is interesting. Probably has to do with the fact that there's just less slots overall, so they're probably trying to give teams better chances of getting the flex slots. They also changed the last flex slot from base guardians and shrine to just base guardians. Again, like I said, I think they're just trying to make sure you guys get enough slots when we're playing the game now. This one is interesting because I don't know much about Dota, but in League you start off with money and there's items you can buy. Players now start with 400 souls. As far as I'm aware, there's no items you can buy at 400. So I guess it's probably just because they. Okay, sorry. I guess it's because they changed the soul income of the game. So maybe that's why they're giving you some starter souls, so you can buy these items probably around the normal time of the game start. I'm not sure. Playing more will figure it out. Yeah, as you can see here, they adjusted the boon reward schedule and add some more levels. That's not the spirits, or that's not the souls though. So I don't know how this will play out. You now also gain spirit per boon. This is interesting because before you would only scale bullet damage, health, and then I think some characters would scale like armors and things like that. Now everyone gains spirit per boon, which is, who knows how that'll turn out. They adjusted spirit on various abilities and items to compensate. I need to check something really quick. Oops, wrong button. I need to check something really quick. Hold on. Did Talon get nerfed, or did he not get nerfed? He kind of got nerfed. 2.4. I'm pretty sure this used to be 2.5, 2.6. I don't really know if that's not, I don't really know if that's big, but again, we'll play the game. This character is disgusting. Who knows if he's still OP, but he was disgusting. Wait, I know who to check. You know who has insane scaling? Viper.
Time to buy a relic.
Okay, her 2 is still ×3, and her ult is still 2.2. So Viper seems unchanged in terms of spirit. Either way, very interesting that you now get spirit per boon. I don't know what that'll amount to on some characters. You might be able to do some crazy damage late game now with some characters. Like I said earlier, all hero stats rebalance alongside their shop rework. That makes sense. We'll see how the game feels in terms of balance. They adjusted the objective health values. Again, makes sense. A lot of the items affected the game overall, so a lot of things need to be tweaked. Shields have been reworked and are now called barriers. They are no longer multiple damage types. They also interact normally with resistances now. So if you didn't know this, shields used to be bullet shield and then spirit shield or something like that. I don't know what it was called exactly, but I think it was just spirit. Now it's just one. It's just one shield, and it's called barriers. Also, another thing about them was they used to, I think, not get affected by having armor. So if you had 50% bullet armor, the shield didn't account for that. So the shield would just take normal damage. Now, if you have shields, your shield damage gets interacted with your armor. So I guess barriers kind of got buffed. We'll have to see how the items feel with the barriers.
Is waiting to be claimed.
Hero kill comeback value is reduced by 15%. I've always felt like the comeback mechanics in this game are insanely like overtuned. So this is interesting. We'll have to see how it feels. 15%. Listen, I'm not a numbers guy. I'm not gonna lie. I just play the game and enjoy it, okay? The losing team now gains up to 25% more souls from troopers, neutrals, vaults, and objectives based on how behind they are. This is interesting because before, when you were behind, you kind of had to just hope to be able to pick off the enemy team. Now, this might be why they reduced the kill comeback, because now it seems like if you're behind, you can get, if the enemy team doesn't pressure you, the losing team can just come back from troopers, the jungle, sinners, and just getting walkers and things like that. That is actually a huge gameplay change, which honestly, from the sound of it, I think I like it. Again, if there's anything in here you guys are interested in that I didn't talk about enough, I'm sorry. But if there is things I'm talking about that you guys are interested in, let me know what you guys think about them in the comments. Again, there's a lot in this patch. Zipline boost speed reduced. I wonder why they did this. I mean, I don't really care. Like, I feel like this is gonna be something that no one even. This is such a big patch. Who cares about this? This is interesting. Zipline now glows in the world when there is a zipline boosted player on it. Means you can maybe prepare for someone to zip by you at full speed and maybe shoot them off of it. Zipline dismount momentum reduced slightly. So this is kind of what I was talking about with when you crouch off of a zipline, you get a bunch of momentum. I guess they nerfed it. I didn't notice it when I was in the game, but I guess they nerfed it. Honestly, I think that's fine. One of my only complaints, I have very little complaints about the game. I feel like the mobility in this game is over-tuned by a lot. Everyone can be on the map within seconds. So there's not a lot of time to just punish certain plays or like take advantage of certain plays. So this is nice. Maybe. We'll see. Seems like a bunch of objective changes and just trooper health. Again, I'm not going to go through everything. There's so many things that are just so minuscule that add up to a lot. I'm just going to play the game. I hope you guys also just play the game. There's a lot to this patch. Debuff resistance now stacks diminishingly. Again, listen, I am not a numbers guy. I do know that before the only two debuff resistance items in the game were debuff remover and silencer. I didn't notice if they were in the game still. I'm not going to lie. They might be totally new items. There might be more than 2 items now that give debuff resistance. If you got silencer and debuff remover, you basically ignored all forms of crowd control. So we'll see how this plays out. Here's some general changes. I want to talk about this one specifically because I've been begging for this. Troopers are visible through walls during the laning phase. This replaces the HUD element showing trooper icon and health. There has been so many times where I have missed minions because they're either behind a wall and for some reason they bug out and just disappear unless you're physically looking at them with your character. This is so nice. Ally health bar is visible through walls in addition to X-ray. These are just quality of life changes. The game is really just stepping up, getting way closer to being complete, and this feels so nice. We got some sound, music, and voiceover changes. That's very interesting. Looks like the patron got some more noises. Shock attack, the little zap it does to you, got some changes. I think my favorite thing with this patch so far that I'm noticing is just, it's so far at least, we haven't gotten to the bouncing, if there is any. Every time somebody comes into my stream, go follow it, by the way, go watch me on Twitch or YouTube, I stream on both. Every time people come in and ask me what I want for the next patch, I say I hope it's not just balancing nerfs and buffs. I want more of this. I want the game to just get closer to being able to be released. I want more people to start playing it. I want the game to not just be gray. I just want the visuals to be done. Things like this are what I've been hoping for. So this patch is so far delivering. All right, next thing I noticed that was pretty significant is heroes. So it seems like Abrams got some new animations. Cool. Seems like his shoulder charge got a bunch of changes. Base duration increased from 1.2 seconds to 1.4 seconds. That is pretty massive. I think he had an upgrade that made the duration. Yeah, you can see it here, tier 3. His tier 1 is now on Hero Collide. He gets weapon damage. That is interesting. I think the max upgrade before was that he would get like, it wasn't percent, it was like +9. And those were kind of confusing because no one really knew what that meant. Now it's +25% weapon damage for 8 seconds. His early game could be a lot stronger now, depending on what the rest of this says. Which is crazy because I feel like he's already pretty strong early game. His tier 2 is now cooldown reduction. Cool. His tier 3 is now extra stun duration and movement slow. Okay. So basically, if he charges at you, and even if he doesn't hit you, I'm imagining you're going to get the slow. So that's kind of significant. His ult, his seismic impact got changed. The radius is just bigger now. Okay, so it's a little harder to dodge. The effects got changed. Very cool. New slam animation. Nice. Seems like he has a new out of combat run and sprint. That's cool. Again, I just want more animations, designs, visuals, new crouch animations, improved hipfire animations. We'll go ahead and look at these in 1 second. Okay, so we're now looking at Abrams. So this is out of combat sprints. Has he always been this slow? Interesting. What did he look like before? I think it said his crouch got changed too. Man, I just want to point out I'm on low settings. I'm on low settings, and the game seems, well, technical is high, I guess, but look at his model. He looks insane, especially compared to all this like gray brick. Okay, let's look at his ult. Oh, new sound effects too. Okay, okay, very interesting. His shoulder charge got changed as well. Melee stays the same. That looks about the same. Let's look at his ult again. That was insane.
Let's go.
Oh, dude, the sound effects. What happens when he hits someone? Wait, they get knocked up now. Has that always been happening? Wait. Or is that... I guess that's the stun? I guess a stun is a knockup. Wow, okay.
They couldn't have gotten far.
Seems like he also got a zipline swinging animation. Okay, doesn't really... What? Okay, oh, well, I don't know. It said something about a zipline swinging animation. What about, is this? No? Okay, I don't know. That looks the same to me, but man, I'm just crazy. Some bebop changes. This hero I hate. I think everyone hates this hero. Seems like he just got some minor changes. Doesn't seem like exactly any nerfs or buffs, at least directly. Listen, again, I'm not a bebop player and I hate this character. I don't know if these are necessarily buffs or nerfs. This one sounds like it could be a nerf. Fix the hook sometimes not breaking when the target is stuck. Because technically having them be stuck is a little bit better than it breaking instantly. So could be bad, could be not bad. Seems like he got some effect revisions. Okay, let's check that out. Okay, so I think it said his hyper beam. Oh, that's new, that little ring. Okay, that's cool. Again, things like this is what I want to see in patches, not Bebop nerfed, Yamato buffed, Shiv deleted, McGinnis removed from the game. Who cares about that stuff? I want to see more visuals. That's cool. Nice. That's really nice. Things like this help players a lot. New players, just being able to see the range of what you're getting hit by is very, very useful in a MOBA. Dynamo. So Dynamo, this got leaked not long ago, a couple nights ago, where ooh.
Time to get something.
Listen, I know people when these leaks came out were like, "Oh, Dynamo got changed. What? He looks so good now." You gotta be listen. You gotta get over it. Change is good. Look at how cool he looks now. Change is good. Okay, change is good. Let's go ahead and look at his abilities. Maybe they changed as well. Okay, that looks about the same. His teleport. Oh, his teleport has a new animation to it. It like looks like you're throwing a basketball. It's kind of cool. Okay. His heal. Yeah, that's new. Nice. Very, 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 very nice. What's his ult look like? Ready? Let's see it. Let's see it without hitting someone. Wow. He has like he has animations for when he goes in it and out of his ult. Nice. Let's go look at his front. Very cool. It sounds like his gun got changed. Again, listen, I'm not a Dynamo player. That definitely got changed. I'm almost positive. Cool. His jump, his dash, melee, about the same. Oh, his light melee. Is that normal? All right, on to Grey Talon. This character is ultra busted, or at least was. Looks like he got nerfed. Base bullet damage, spirit power scaling reduced from 0.09 to 0.07. Okay, finally. Spirit snare added physical elements to the AoE visuals. We'll have to look at that. Charge shot tier 3 spirit power scaling reduced from 1.3 to 1.2. So it did get nerfed like I said earlier. I could have sworn it did. Who knows if this is enough, but again, who knows? The items could do a lot in terms of balancing that we just don't know about yet. Okay, let's go ahead and look at Grey Talon. So it said his trap.
It might be time to get an item.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's also useful. I feel like, I mean, I'm sure that Grey Talon is just not complete in terms of design, but you can kind of tell. I mean, before, what's new is the rope. Before it was just this like aura or whatever you want to call it, this like essence, and it was kind of hard to read from like a gameplay standpoint.
I'll
It's
be
kind of hard to
ready.
tell like what you're gonna hit and what's not. The rope makes it way more obvious though. Very, very nice. Cool. Looks like Hayes got a voiceover remastering pass, and it seems like her sleep no longer wakes up from damage over time. So if you have like an Infernus burn on a target and they get slept, that burn is not gonna wake them up. Cool. Let's go ahead and look at her voiceover. I'm not sure how.
Try some tools of the trade.
I can't tell if that voice was the same.
I see the enemy. Leave him to me. I see the enemy. Going in. Headed this way.
I think I see what the changes are. It sounds a little.
We need to press the advantage.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
Cool. I mean, you know, this is kind of
Thank you.
cool. I mean, not the biggest changes. This character still probably sucks, but who knows? Cool. Ivy looks like she got a lot. Watcher's Covenant, which is her 2. Fixed, not replicating healing from bullet lifesteal. Okay, interesting. I didn't even know that was bugged. Seems like they made her stone form louder. Looks like her airdrop got higher contrast and looks like buffs. Being able to grab people got buffed. The slow got nerfed. The radius got nerfed. Uh-oh. Combat barrier reduced. Uh-oh. The scaling reduced. Uh-oh. Tier 1 duration reduced from 12 seconds to 8 seconds. Okay. So, looks like mostly nerfs, but again, it's hard for me to say even nerfs. I probably shouldn't because the items might go a long way in terms of balancing. Let's go ahead and look at the Ivy contrast on the ults.
I got you.
So, I'm guessing it meant when you drop something. Oh, yeah. Okay, cool, interesting. I don't really play this character, but that's cool. Lash. Base spirit resist reduced. Very cool. I'm not a big fan of characters having base resistances. So seeing this get reduced, cool. Again, though, the items, who knows? Seems like his ground strike, I think that's his 1, got nerfed. Again, the items, we don't know if it's a nerf or it's more of a just inline balance change. Flog got an updated ability icon. That's cool. We'll look at that. And then a bunch of just stuff that I don't know. I don't play Lash. I'm sorry. Okay, so Lash's 3 got a new icon. This definitely looks new. I'm not going to lie, though. I barely play this character. I don't even know what it used to look like, but cool. McGinnis. Oh, my God. Listen, if you haven't been playing Deadlock in the last, honestly, couple months, this character is probably the worst character in the game by a far margin. But this is a lot of reading. So McGinnis got a new updated model and animations. We'll look at that after reading through these changes. Her bullet growth got reduced. Again, could just be bouncing. Bullet velocity increased, so a little bit easier to claim souls. She no longer has base bullet resist, but she gains spirit resist per boon. Okay, interesting. Mini turret updated the DPS tooltip to properly reflect the correct number. Again, this is just stuff I don't know. I don't even know what that means. Seems like they updated the flash effects on her gun. Cool. Turrets no longer have a 3-second minimum lifetime. They now spawn with 60% spirit and bullet resist that decays over 6 seconds. So they were kind of annoying before with how you would, I'm sure we've all been there. You shoot the turrets and they don't die because they have the 3-second minimum lifetime. Now they will die, except they're tankier, which, cool. I don't know how that'll play out. The duration of them got reduced. Medicinal Spectre is her heal. Looks like it got effects, new effects to it. Cool. I'm loving the effects changes. Her 2 now provides stamina regen. Her heal. That's interesting because you're gonna... I mean, it's not like the heal moves around. So it's kind of interesting change, but I don't know. I don't play McGinnis. Maybe it's a good thing. I don't know. Seems like her heal got nerfed a little bit. Her wall got some changes. The duration of the wall got nerfed. The cooldown got nerfed. Oh, God. The tier 2 got changed. The tier 3, okay, it looks like her wall kind of just got nerfed. I'm not going to lie. Maybe they did something else down here to help her out. Heavy barrage, new effects. Okay. Heavy Barrage now allows full movement while channeling the ability. That is huge. That is a humongous buff. Oh, wait. Now slows your dash usage by 35%. Okay, so you get full movement, but technically not because it slows your dash usage. So the damage per rocket got reduced. Okay. The minimum distance got increased, which means that if they're closer to you, you can't really hit them. So that's maybe not the best. The cooldown got increased. Okay. The spirit power scaling also got nerfed. Okay. The tier 3 damage per rocket got reduced. Okay. But the tier 3 now also increases the spirit scaling by 0.1, which just makes it back to the normal. Okay, anyway, let's just look at her. I don't know. Again, this could be a good thing. This could be bad. Who knows about the items? Let's go ahead and look at McGinnis. All right, looking at McGinnis. This is her new model. A lot of people... This got leaked a couple days ago, and people didn't seem to like it. It's kind of like a Rosie the Riveter type vibe now versus... Which I honestly think this is more character to her versus she was just like, what, an engineer that throws turrets? This is cooler. This fits the theme of the game a lot more, in my opinion. Okay, so let's look at the turrets. The turrets now have a new model. Cool. Wait, do they shoot differently now? Let's go ahead and... Yeah, I think that's different. Okay, cool. Cool. Let's look at the heal.
Need some healing?
Very nice. So it helps your sprint regen, I guess, which again, like, I mean, she still has 2 stamina. That's not very good. Let's go ahead and see how her gun shoots. Yeah, the tracer got updated. Cool. Let's go ahead and throw a wall. It seems like it got updated when there's other walls next to it. I don't know what changed with the wall, but
Take cover.
the heal looks cool. Very nice. What else got changed? Her ult.
Goodbye.
Yeah, so you used to be able to shoot the rockets a little closer to yourself, but now it got increased, so... Wait, so you can dash now. Yeah, I mean... This is cool, I guess. I don't really know how much it's going to help her, but being able to move is definitely a huge buff. Again, the items might... Who knows with the items? This character might be broken, might not be broken. Who knows? Pocket. His base bullet damage got increased. Okay, they recently nerfed it, I think, but now they buffed it back. Affliction. His ult is no longer removed by debuff remover, as this item no longer removes ultimate effects. That is a humongous buff to Pocket. Potentially. We'll have to see what this all says, but that's crazy. All right, looks like his ult also got reduced, the duration. Okay. The DPS of it got increased by 20. That's a lot. Could be a lot. Initial damage reduced from 18% to 10%. So if you didn't know, it does current health damage. Now it's just 10 versus 18. The tier 2 upgrade now increases the duration to back to what it starts with. Okay, so it looks like he just kind of scales a little differently. His healing reduction got nerfed a little bit. Okay, tier 3 no longer has percent current HP damage. So I guess 10% is all it does now. It used to go from like 18 to 23 now, or before. Now it's just 10, I guess, always. Tier 3 increase from 10 plus DPS to 20 plus DPS. Okay, wow, his ults might actually be hitting hard now. Looks like the range of it also got increased. Wow. Okay, let's go ahead and look at that because he also got a voiceover remastering pass as well as new voiceover content. Okay, so, I mean, I'm just curious. With no items, what is his ult?
Life will dwindle away.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be really annoying. Though, then again, a lot of the current health got removed, but it can't get debuff removed anymore. That is, honestly, I'm not looking forward to that. It's going to be really annoying. But I don't know. I kind of like this character. I don't play him much, but that's probably a good change. Vindicta got a minor rework on her animation set. Okay, we'll go ahead and look at that. So I don't really know what that means. Her animation set. Maybe her dashing is different. No. Jumping. Double jumping. I don't know if she used to throw the stake, so maybe that's new. This is her just flying. Her throwing crow. Zooming in. What? It said minor rework, so... I mean, her melees look the same. I don't know. I'm just quickly going through this. Sorry if I'm not being detailed. I don't Huh, I don't know. I can't really tell what got changed. Cool though, cool. Viper, okay, my character. Petrifying Bola, debuff effect revisions to help identify targets better. Okay, we'll try to look at that. Adjusted the volume of direct hits and explosion sounds. Okay, so the debuff got changed. Oh, like this stuff on the ground, I guess?
No, they love this in Philly.
Cool. I don't know. Cool, I guess.
Don't screw this up.
Item, sound, and visuals. So Arcane Surge, new sound added. This is a lot of sounds. I don't think I'm going to go in and look at all of these just because this is just a lot of like minuscule things. If you really care, just load up the game, dude. Get those player numbers up. But cool, a lot of the items. Just crippling headshot got an effect revision. Maybe we'll look at that. Yeah, it seems like just all the items just got a bunch of sounds or effects on activation. Very, 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 very cool. And it looks like we got a bunch of bug fixes. Again, it's an early development build. There's going to be bugs if you complain about them like crazy. I mean, come on, just give them some breaks. But cool. Very, 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 very cool patch. I'm not going to read all the bug fixes because it's boring. Very, very, very cool patch. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Sorry if this video was very just not structured, but I just want to get this out ASAP because it's exciting. How cool. So thank you guys for watching. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and hope you guys start playing the game more. I know I'm going to be. If you want to see gameplay of the game, the new game basically, subscribe to my YouTube channel right here, like I already said, and hit that follow button on Twitch. And yep, see you guys. Bye.